Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and these are Vans boots. This is actually a collection from Vans that I'm really stoked on, called the High Standard. There's actually 3 boots for 2019. They have a brand new boot to the line called the Linerless DX. They have the High Standard OG and then the High Standard Pro, which used to be called the V66. The reason that I like the High Standard collection so much is that there's basically a boot for everyone. This one, the linerless, is kind of more geared toward that park kid, that young rider who wants a really loose kind of skatey style feel. The High Standard OG is basically for everyone, from beginners all the way to advanced level riders that want kind of an all mountain mid flexing style boot. And then the High Standard Pro is for that intermediate to advanced level rider that wants a boot that you can change the stiffness and comfort with a couple of little tweaks. Vans has been doing great things for the last 25 years within their snowboard boot department. They've been making shoes since 1966, and they have a lot of history in the action sports industry, and that's why they do so well with their snowboard boots. You know, they also have one of the most unreal teams in the world. One thing, or actually a couple of things that I really enjoy about them is that they really push the envelope when it comes to like innovation and comfort. One of the biggest things that kind of stands out for this year is their heat retention layers in all of their boots. In the past, there's only been like kind of one base level layer above the mid step or above the midsole of the boot that act as a heat retention layer. Now they encapsulate the entire toe box. So that heat retention layer keeps your heat towards your feet and reflects the cold and keeps it outside of your boot, which is great. The whole line of the High Standard, of course, it has laces. And I actually really like that because if you break one of these, it's easy to swap out. You don't have to deal with BOA systems or speed zone systems, which can be tough if they happen to break. Laces are what a lot of people really enjoy, and Vans does good things with their mid-step kind of lockdown system. So you can have an upper zone that's super tight and a lower zone that's just a little bit more loose. Then of course there's that inverted style waffle sole, rubber sole. It kind of looks like a vulcanized style skate shoe, which is kind of cool because that's where Vans kind of started. But then of course in the Pro they have like a little updated one with ultra cush, just a little bit more shock absorption style foam. But then there's also the heat moldable style liners. I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple guys over at Vans to find out if the linerless DX is actually heat moldable. Most likely it is, that's what I'm thinking, because it's probably the same ultra cush dual density memory foam that you'll find in the other boots. And then there's, these liners too. This is called the V1 liner, pretty basic and simple. Again, heat moldable, internal J bars, comfort fit toe box, so it kind of like expands just a little bit if you bottom out in a jump. And then this is actually really cool. This is the V2 with the Pro. Actually has an X cage that's removable. So if you want to loosen this boot up, make it a little bit softer, you can take that out. And if you have any like weird pressure points and spots, you can kind of adjust that. You can cut it out if you'd like to get it to fit to your foot perfect. But one of the awesome things about the Pro version that I really enjoy the most is this power cuff. The power cuff up on top can be worn across the outside of the tongue. It can be worn on the inside, across the outside of the liner, or you can just like cut it off if you'd like to. So you can adjust this boot a lot. You'll see a lot of Vans Pro team kind of riding this boot, and actually this boot too. But this is kind of a fun little piece, the linerless DX, because I remember when I was a kid in the early 90s, pretty much most snowboard boots kind of did like linerless style stuff. A couple of them started adding in like these weird foam liners. But it kind of goes back to that style of that early 90s riding. And I have a feeling like a piece like this is going to help young riders or riders that happen to be on it, like tweak other tricks quite a bit more. Drop a knee to the board, This is going to be a boot that you're going to see a lot of really cool tricks with. I can guarantee it for 2019. But overall, I'm really stoked on this. If you're like a jib kid, you want a soft boot, check out the linerless DX. If you're just like that average rider out there that does a little bit of free riding, maybe they jump in the park a little bit, the high standard OG is going to be a really solid one. And then if you're just kind of in the upper level of skill, you want a little bit more performance in your boot, maybe something a little bit stiffer than average, the OG is going to be a good one. It has a lot of customizable kind of like fit and functions. These are a rad collection. Of course, you can check out each one of these at thehouse.com by selecting the link below in the description. Leave a comment or question. Let me know what you think of these boots here. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Select that little bell so you get notifications anytime we get a new video put up, and check out all the videos over there. So hopefully I'll see you guys on snow, and hopefully you'll be wearing Vans. Peace.